how basically this effectiveness of contract lifecycle management in the legal team members what we use.
So CLM is very, very important as far as the success of any contract, any legal team inside any mid-sized or large-sized company is concerned. And primarily that's because, see, people look at contracts as pieces of paper, right? And largely, I would say 95% of the contracts really don't go into dispute. But that
Yeah.
5% contracts which go into dispute, if they are badly drafted contracts or badly managed contracts, where the termination notice has not been sent, even if it has been sent, it has not been acknowledged. Even if it has been acknowledged, the money has been sent into a wrong account because this person has sent over a WhatsApp saying that this is my correct account number. So you send it on that account. So therefore, the auditors come back and say, what account number is this? Where it come from? All of these can be put into place if you have a robust CLM in place, which is
Hmm.
that you have something where you can generate contracts, send the contract to the opposite party. The opposite party then works on the same, the SaaS tool in order to be able to modify that contract, send it back on the SaaS tool itself. You modify it, and then you close it, and then you have different levels of, approvals, whether it's it's finance team approval, whether it's marketing team approval, whether it's the HR team approval, whether it's ultimately the legal team approval. All those approvals are then taken and then goes out to signatures. What happens post the signatures is that there is a process by which uh, any CRM tool of a reasonably large stature like the Volody uh, has be will be able to extract certain key information from the contracts. When is the start date? When is the end date? When can the companies suspend the contract? When can the companies, terminate the contract?
Correct.
What are the key limitation of liability terms? What are the key indemnity terms? What are the key termination terms?
Correct.
Right? What are the key terms based on which the indemnity will be able to kick in? Right? So
Correct.
every one of these terms are then captured, and then at the click of a button, any legal counsel, and that is where institutional memory does not really play any play any role as well, right? Because everything is captured on the machine, right?
Correct.
So therefore, even if a new counsel comes in and he or she familiarizes herself or himself with the Volody systems for about 5 days, at the click of a button, he will be able to click. He will be able to look at all these data and will be able to accurately counsel, their business counterparts by saying that, what, I've taken a look at this agreement. These are what the key terms are, and I think
Correct.
this is where you should be focusing on to ensure that your company comes out without a scratch. So that is, I think, CRM is very, very important. I think uh, the importance of it is lost sometimes, primarily because the founders, and I can empathize because I've been a founder myself. Founders are so busy in trying to figure out what the product is going to be, what the product market fit is going to be, whether there's going to be any revenue that's coming in, figuring out who their co-founders are, whether their co-founders are as driven as they are, figuring out by the way by which the key inside team is built, that they forget that legal and compliance are two of the most complex landscapes out there. So therefore, getting their legal and compliance at least as an even as an outsourced function, somebody whom they can rely in with on life, is one of the key things that need to get done as far as the incorporation in the company and then post incorporation compliance are concerned. Because one bad, um, what should I say, litigation or
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
bad regulatory nightmare, and the company can go
Yeah.
bust. Look at what
Absolutely.
has happened with Paytm. Look at
Correct.
what has happened with Byju's. I mean, they were beacons as far as the Indian startup ecosystem was concerned. But, and I'm not bashing them. Uh, I mean, all the founders that are there of these companies which were chosen because of the Indian ecosystem, startup ecosystem, are fantastic people. They are visionaries. They have made companies which are not just forward thinkers as far as 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 years is concerned, but have taken leaps and bounds as far as creation of marketplaces are concerned, creation of the UPI ecosystem is concerned, creation of the edtech ecosystem is concerned. and pushing the boundaries of what can be done or what can't be done. But the larger problem is that when you ignore regulatory compliances for a particularly long period of time, the Indian uh, government of the last 3, 4, 5 years has been a little lenient as far as the startup ecosystem is concerned because they
Right.
want the
Yeah.
ecosystem to grow.
Agree.
But having said that, if there are serious flaws which can bring the entire banking ecosystem down, then
Mhm.
Indian the Indian government would, or the regulatory mechanism would kick into place to ensure that that does not happen and things do not go as bad, right? So therefore, before things come to such a point, it would always be advisable for any company to be able to put into place these mechanisms to ensure that downfall does not happen.